Lemuel is taking a turn at running the backhoe. I'm not kidding when I say this is hard work. A lot more of manual labor.
Oh no! Oh no! We cut power line. Just kidding. Welcome back to Todd Family Farm. We welcome our new subscribers. Encourage you to interact below. We try to interact, but I'm Adam. Abby does a lot of this, but I'm going to introduce this video because we have a new project, and you've probably figured it out by now if you looked at the title of this video, that we are going to do a cistern. And the reason we're going to do a cistern is that we live up on a hill. We can never do a well, but we are concerned that if the grid did go down, that even though we're on rural water, we don't actually have a well, and if we had dug a well, we'd have to go about 600 foot down here, and that well is that water's going to be really hard, probably have bacteria in it, and we want some source of water besides relying on a pipeline coming down the road, because if the Rural Water Association goes down, we're limited to however much pressure is in that, and then it's over. So if it's the middle of winter or it's a drought or something, that could get pretty tough. So we don't want to go down to and get surface water and creeks and such. So we are going to have a cistern as an emergency backup if things get real bad. So we're going to put a cistern in. So stay with us, and that's our project. So I hope you enjoyed the putting the root cellar in. And that was quite a project, and you can go back and look at that playlist. Now we have the cistern, so join us for the ride and see if we can get it done or not.
So right here is where we're going to be digging our cistern in. We've got it flagged off. Now, one thing I would like to say is that if you've watched our root cellar video, this might make a little bit more sense. So with our root cellar, you remember we dug into the side of the hill, and there was a bit of a lip before. It wasn't just a straight drop down. So the tractor could get in and pull all the excess dirt out and stuff. But with this one, we really we're on flat ground. We have to dig straight down into the ground, or as straight down as we can. So the tractor's not going to be able to get in and get all that extra dirt out. So that means we're going to have to be doing a lot more of manual labor, which is going to be kind of difficult and make this job quite a bit more challenging, but we're going to do our best to see what we can do. So, in my opinion, about the best part about working up close to the house like this is Mama gets to bring us sandwiches out, and we actually get to eat, so it's fun. Okay. Oh, no. The chickens, oh no, the chickens have found me. Well, Lemuel is taking a turn at running the backhoe. Well, the pile of dirt has gotten bigger and the hole has gotten bigger, so we're making progress. So, me and Lemuel and Emma also play a very important role in this whole job. We're here being the support team for Dad, which, if I'm going to be honest, is probably one of the hardest parts of this job. So, pretty hard job. I know. It's one of the hardest parts of this whole job. But somebody's got to do it, so we're making the sacrifice and we're doing it. Well, 2 more people have joined in on the support team, Eliza and Caroline. So we're doing good, working hard, right, girls?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dad got off, took a little break, and he did some measuring. He says we're looking good on the measuring, so we're gonna keep going. He says he wants it at least 6 feet deep. So we're gonna keep going.
Oh no! Oh no! We cut power line. Just kidding.
Dad.
Okay, we've got along good. This is actually about as deep as our backhoe will go. So I rounded the bottom as deep as I could go, and I'm going to get the sides and square the sides off with a shovel. That way you don't have to throw the dirt out, but we can still have our cistern in there a good ways. So that's our hole, and you can see it's in there quite. Let me go down the hole. Well, wait. Okay, those power lines. What's the story with those power lines? So as you can see, we cut some pretty heavy lines here. And those lines there are about 60 years old, believe it or not. That's old wire. And that wire right there, from the surface of the ground right here, that's almost 7.5 foot down, that wire is. But what it was is there used to be an old farmhouse here. And the old farmhouse had a shallow well with a windmill that pumped into a cistern. And this is probably 50, 60, 70 years ago. And then I guess that shallow well wasn't faithful, or they needed more water or something. So they upgraded. And the way they upgraded 60 years ago is that they took and they had power up here, and they ran wire from up here. They ran it probably, that's about 150, 300, about 425 yards that way. So like almost a quarter mile. They ran wire underground, and we're talking like 6 to 7 foot underground. Down there in the field is probably only 5 foot or so, but they buried that wire like a quarter mile of it, and this is a private farm that did it 60 years ago, way down there almost to the creek. And they're down there, and the water table is a lot closer to the surface of the ground. So they went down there, they dug a well down there closer to the creek. They had a lot more water, a lot better water table. Then they pumped it, so they ran wire down there, pumped the electric pump, and pumped water all the way back up the hill to the farm. That's the way they did it. And those wires have been in the ground 60 years and been running down there to a well pump to pump water back up the hill through a steel line.
Okay, little progress update. We're getting along pretty good. The support team has shrunk a little bit. I'm not kidding when I say this is hard work. Not everyone can hack it. It's down to just me and Emma. That is 82 inches. That's 82 inches.
So 6 foot is. Okay, well, here's a hole. Come here and look at it, Abby. There's the hole, and I got down there and I leveled it and graded it, and then I put a little water in it for 2 reasons. Is to see what my grade is, because I just had a level. I didn't use a transit or a laser or anything. And you can see there's just a little dirt over here, and there's just a little heavy on water over here. So I got a grade just slightly downhill. But as you can see, all the dirt's starting to show through pretty good. So the first reason is to see what my grade is. Water never lies. So now I know I'm pretty square. So you don't want any high spots or uneven spots. You want it to be consistent, and that way the contact is making over the entire thing. And then the other thing is the water will soften up that ground. And if the ground is soft, then if you have some high spots, like right in here, if that's a little soft, it'll mush out a little bit, and it'll set down in there, and it'll form quite a bit better if the ground is soft. So I softened the ground, and I found out where my grade was. And I see that I'm pretty good on how it was for level and digging it with a backhoe and then getting down there and hand working it. And Abby apologizes, but she failed. She's Abby was busy, so Abby went and got her cow feed, and she missed me. She wasn't around. She was chopping weeds and doing lawn work, so I had her doing other stuff while I was grading this, so I didn't let her do camera time. So I had her busy, so I was in the bottom of the hole for 2-3 hours getting it just right and getting the corners dug out and everything, and while the Perky girls were chopping weeds and stuff. So they got work to do too. They can't just run a camera all the time. So that's what we're doing. What I did is I put a stake in the center right here. I had this rebar in the center with a my diameter was like 6 foot, so I cut me put a string around it and right at 3 foot, so that would be in the center. And I ran my 6 foot circle down there to make sure I was good. And I just went all the way around. And I had an old, you can see right over there, an old can of white spray paint that I kind of cut my circle on the bottom to make sure I was going to be at 6 foot. So I did that. I made sure I was going to have a good 6 foot circle clear to the bottom, and with a little over dig. Then we graded it, and I want it square. I want it fairly level. Level doesn't quite matter as much as it doesn't have to be perfectly level, but it needs to be square. You don't need any pressure points on the bottom of a cistern, or else it's going to bust it and crack it. So that's what we did, and I think we're ready. That water, so the cistern is supposed to come tomorrow. That water will dissipate in the morning. It should stay soft. It shouldn't get hard, and we'll see if we can set a cistern in there. I'm recording you, girls.
Alright guys, that is going to be about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the video showing part 2 of digging a cistern and putting it in. We're going to be getting it in and then covering it up as well, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Turn on your notification bell, that way you get notified every single time we post a new video. Check out our website and buy some merch, toddfamily.farm, linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.